Hello, and welcome to another episode of Fun with Fulbright, Episode 4, Research Grants. Today, we're going to spend some time talking to you about what a research grant looks like for the Fulbright program. Then we're going to check in with our friend, Henry the Labrador, to see how his research grant to Canada is going. But first, we're going to talk about what is a research grant. A research grant is a grant on a Fulbright to go and conduct independent research in a foreign country. The grants, like all Fulbrights, usually last somewhere between 8 to 12 months. Different countries have different timelines, different grant periods, and different rules about what you can do on a research grant. So, as always, you're going to want to check the country summary on the Fulbright's website to make sure you can do the kind of project you want to do there. Also, what a research grant looks like can be very different for different fields of study. For example, if you're in a STEM field, one wouldn't just go abroad and start their own cancer lab for a year. That's not really something that happens. So what you would do if you were in a STEM field, likely you would go and find a foreign collaborator who is willing to bring you into their lab. And you would come with your research skills and you would be another set of hands doing lab work in their lab. You would get the experience of continuing to get research under your belt there, and the Fulbright would pay for that, funding your time in the country for the year. That foreign lab is going to then really give you the project of what it is you're going to be working on, because it's going to be a subset of something they're already doing. So if you're in a STEM field, the key here is really to go and connect with and find a foreign lab that might be willing to take you on. On the other hand, if you're going to be doing something in the social sciences or the humanities or maybe the arts, what a research project is going to look very different. It's going to usually be something that you are going to design all of it from scratch. You're going to decide what your project is, what the question is you want to answer. You're going to have to outline the methodology of how you're going to go about studying that, and you're going to have to think about who in that country might you need help from in order to get access to the people, the places, the things that you want to go and study, look at, talk to, etc. In either case, to be a good candidate for a research grant, it is imperative that you have significant research experience already. The Fulbright is not designed as an experience to go and get your feet wet and learn how to do research. In order to get the Fulbright, you have to show them that you have the skills to go do research independently in a foreign country, and the way to really show them that you can do that is that you've already done research here in the U.S. under close mentorship of a faculty member. In addition to having research skills, you want to propose a question that is going to be important or significant for that country or that population you want to go and study. At the end of the day, their Fulbright country is going to be providing part of the funding, and so it needs to be something that will resonate with that government and those local people, and something that they want to learn about and want you to come and look into. Also, you need to have a compelling reason to be in that country. So if you're proposing some project that you really could do online just sitting at home in Richmond, then that's probably not a good reason. They really want you to be proposing something that you're going to be needing to be in that country and using the resources of interacting with the people there, or perhaps using a collection at a museum or an archive there in a major city, or working with scholars that are doing similar work in that country or in that location already to show that you need to be in country X to go and do what it is that you want to do. In addition to this, you may need to get what's called an affiliation. And an affiliation is essentially some person, place, or thing in that country that's going to help you in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes the affiliation is used as a way to get your visa and get you connected over there, but the Fulbright usually requires that you have an affiliate for a research grant. An affiliate could be a local university, it could be a faculty member at a university, it could be a governmental agency like a Department of Health or a Department of Transportation, it could be a museum, it could be an NGO, it could be lots of different things. The question to figure out when you're trying to decide who you might affiliate with is, who would have the resources or be able to help you get the resources you need to carry out the project you're proposing? That's the person that you want to be asking for to be your affiliate, and you would, at the end of the day, get a formal affiliation letter. Also, with a research grant, it's important to note Part of the Fulbright is having community engagement and providing these ambassadorial interactions with your host community. So you want to make sure that you are still proposing some way that you are going to interact with people in that community that you'll be living in. Sometimes it's through your grant. Maybe your grant is interviewing people in the local community. So that does provide community engagement. If you're going to be sitting in a lab, though, doing physics work, maybe you're going to need to propose something else to get you out there and doing some type of engagement with the community when you're not in the lab. Speaking of labs, we're going to check in with our friend Henry now to see how he's been doing working on his Fulbright grant to Canada. Henry, I know that you said you've been looking at doing a research project. You're looking to do an ethnographic project that might be interviewing local people in Labrador and Newfoundland to see what the interaction is between Labradors and Newfoundlands and how the impact of those two populations interacting with one another has impacted their idea of national identity. Henry, do you have previous research experience that might be with social science or with interviewing? He does. He's been working on his senior thesis with his advisor, and he has been looking at how the Catahoula leopard dog has been interacting with the blue-tick coonhound, and that has in fact impacted their idea of houndness. Good job, Henry. Henry, do you have a faculty mentor that might be able to help you with this? He does. He's been working with Dr. Doolittle on his thesis, and Dr. Doolittle is going to help him put together this project. Henry, who might you affiliate with for your Fulbright project? He's going to affiliate with the College of the North Atlantic, which is on the Labrador Sea, right at Labrador and Newfoundland. Great! Henry, do you need language skills in order to do this? He does not. 97% of the people in Labrador and Newfoundland speak English. And of course, Henry speaks fluent Hound. Henry, good job, buddy! Can I have a high five? Henry would not like to high five right now. Well, it looks like Henry's been hard at work on his project, and I think he's got a great start to what's going to be a compelling reason to go there. All right, so for the next steps, if you too want to look at a research grant, you want to attend a Fulbright info session or watch an info session, we have some videotaped ones you can get by emailing fellowships@richmond.edu. You want to schedule an advising appointment with our office so we can help you put together a strategy for your Fulbright application. Finally, you're going to want to register with our office by June 1st so that we know that you're going to be in the Fulbright process this coming year. So you can find out all this information at fulbright.richmond.edu. That's where you can go to figure out how you can attend a full info session, how to schedule an advising appointment, and how to register to be part of the application process at the University of Richmond. And at us.fulbrightonline.org, that's where you can go to find full information on the Fulbright program and all the country summaries, which have specific information about different countries. So thank you for coming today to our episode 4 of Fun with Fulbright. We hope to see you next week when we talk about the application process and what's in it. And then the following week for our final episode, we'll talk about the selection process for Fulbright. We hope you had fun today with Fulbright.